Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Escape Art by Scott. Hit that old subscribe for me, and don't forget to hit that old like button. I appreciate it much if you would do that for me. And now let's get right into it. If you want a longer introduction, just look up my other videos and you'll understand. Okay, here we go. Let's get to it. This is going to be a 16 by 20 canvas here, and as you can tell right here, I got a little round, little circle, a little sticker that I put on there. You can buy them in any store, craft store, your Walmart or wherever. Just a little round, little sticker. This is for the people out there that have a little problem making your sun. This is going to be a sun or moon, whatever the case may be. But this particular painting is going to be a sun. For those ones that are have a little hard time making it just a complete round circle, this will fix the problem for you. All right. Let's get on to it. 16 by 20 canvas here, and I want to go ahead and paint all this right down here with some white paint, because I'll make my the paint I'll paint on later, make it go on a little smoother, make it blend in a little better with the white paint. So I'm going to cut the camera off. Right, anybody can do this. Put a little white paint on a brush. And just like this right here, I got my brush here, white paint, and just go all over it. Nice little even strokes, and just cover it all up. Very light coat of paint, okay? And I'll be right back. All right, got that all covered up with some nice little layer of white paint. And now I'm going to come back with some yellow ochre. And this is how I got my brush here. That's how you load the brush up. Just drag it through your little piles of paint that you have on your palette. A lot of people have their palette in their hand. I like to keep both hands free, just because as I'm painting, this might wobble or whatever, and I'll either I'll hold the canvas or something, or I'll hold the easel. So I like to have my hand free. I got a table right here in front of me that has all my paints on it and my palette. So every now and then I'll lean over, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just loading up the brush. But anyway, some yellow ochre. Come right here where you got your sticker at, and just go right over it. And of course it moves on me. Oh, okay. I'll have to work around that. Of course it does. Let me go ahead and get that off. Wasn't quite ready for it to come off, but as you can see, it's just a complete round circle. And I'll just go around that, trying not to touch it, and load it back up. And this is going to be just a nice little hazy day today. Nice, lazy, hazy, yellow day. Maybe early in the morning or so, the sun is rising up. Now I'm going to go dip into some yellow. This was, of course, yellow ochre. Now this is yellow. Just come right up in here, hit it in some spots. This is brightening it up just a little bit. Right up in here. Yep. Something like that. Maybe a nice little round. Just go around that little circle that you just did. Try not to touch it. Normally that little sticker stays on, but for some reason it came off on me. That's all right. I'm going to continue on with this, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I'm done with my sky. What I'm going to do for right now. Now I'll just mix me up some black and some burnt sienna, or I'm going to make me some hills here. So whatever you want to mix up would be fine. you know, black, whatever you want your hills to be out, what color, that depends on you. All right. And you might not want hills in your painting. That's fine too. So we're going to come right here and just drop it in. And these hills are going to be really far off. So I ain't going to have a whole lot of detail. And dip it back in, get some more paint. Something like that. And I'm going to continue working on this, and so I'll be right back. Guys, I made me another row of mountains, or hills rather, right through here. I made it a little darker than the first row of hills. But while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead. I mixed in some green, sap green, and some yellow, and some white, just to lighten it up. And I'm just going to come right down here at the bottom of this hill here. And I'm just going to do this number here. And just paint all this in. Got a big old 2.5-inch brush. Makes this very simple. Quick. I really hope my little paintings here are helping, for the ones that are trying painting. And maybe you've been painting for a while now, and maybe what I'm doing is helping you out a little bit. Maybe some of the things that you're having problems with, I'm covering. So maybe that's helping you out. And again, you might not be interested in painting, but just like to watch it because it's, relaxing, and that's fine too. There, I'm going to paint all that in. Nice little green. Now I painted this light green because hopefully what this is going to turn out to be is a field of sunflowers, and that's what I'm going to try to paint. Have not painted this particular painting, so this is my first time. So the sunflower has they're on, I don't know, stems, green stems, stalks, whatever you want to call it. And I know, I have green leaves, kind of a darker green leaves to them. So that's why I painted it as a lighter green, because I wanted the foliage in front of these flowers, I wanted them to stand out. Now if I was to paint that the same color that I'm going to paint the green and the sunflower, it's just going to blend all into one, and you don't want that. So I have a little contrast, light against dark, dark against light. And there we go. Let me test this out. Alright, that's dried enough. So I'll be right back. Alright, this the second row of hills I put in. I decided to put a little a greenery, whatever you want, trees, whatever, into this hill. And I used up me some sap green. I put a little yellow ochre in it. And I'm using a fan brush. Fan brush, I figured that, this hill is still too far away. If I used a brush, it would show a little bit more detail than I want it to show. So a fan brush works really nice. And all you do is just touch it. And it'll come right on off. And some of that, I'm going to continue on with this here. So, okay, and I'll be right back. I put my little green in here, little green area, and then I came back with some yellow on my brush, on my fan brush. And you know, I got this little sun right here, so the sun's going to shine down, and it's going to hit these hills, and it's going to shine some of them up. And that's what I did. I put a little, basically some sunshine into my little hills there. And yeah, so you can do that too. Alright, I'm going to probably put my, start painting my little sunflowers in here. Wish me luck, guys, wish me luck. And I'll load up my brush. I mixed up some yellow and some yellow ochre. Because I wanted these back flowers to have a little dull look. Now, yellow ochre dulls that yellow paint down. Because up in here, that's where I'm going to put the highlight, the real bright yellow. So I want this a little darker. And come right up here. And you just want to touch it. Again, guys, this is way off in the distance. It ain't supposed to look, have a whole lot of detail. It's way off in the distance. And all I'm doing is tapping. Whole field of sunflowers. I hope. I actually had to Google it, what a sunflower actually looks like, and a few little paintings. And I always thought that sunflowers were in a field, so I was going to have this all like a dirt color, color of dirt. But what I seen, it was all a lot of green. So, I put green in mine. And let's see. Alright, now we're getting down a little closer now. Now I'm going to have to come back and put in some more detailed type flowers. Now, these little smudge marks, all I did was use a little filbert brush, and I came up in here and I just basically tapped. Just making kind of a circular type motion. And these are going to be way off in the distance. Now, got me some brown paint, put a little yellow ochre in there. Now I'm going to put like a little dot. These are the ones that's going to be way up. Closer. That. Then I come back in here with some yellow paint. Probably need to just use the one-liner brush for that one. Notice how I did that, guys. That's a very important thing in painting, is that, or any job really, you're about to do a task and you realize you don't have the right tool to do it, recognize that and stop. And then realize what you're doing and then make adjustments and get back to the task. So that filbert brush was just too big. So I went to this little one-liner brush. And now I'm going to come back in here. Start putting in my little flowers. And just making the petals on the sunflowers around those brown dots I put in here. I don't know, this ain't really a typical painting I like doing because it takes way too long. This is the only way that I know how to do this. Is each little flower you got to put in these little petals. Very tedious. I don't like doing that. But I'm going to continue doing this. All right, and I'll be right back. Well, I finally got them all in, best I can. This will be the last time I do a painting like this. This is way too little tedious for me. I like to get a painting done and get on to the next one. This was a bit much, but now I got me some green, sand green in my one-liner brush, and I'm just going to come in here at these flowers here and make little stems, and then put a little leaves on them. So that's what I'm going to do now, and so I'll be right back when I get that done. Alright guys, I'm going to call this one done. Came back in here with some greenery, some stands, some little leaves, some things right through here. And basically, that's it. And try it out. Let me know if you like it or not. And again guys, keep subscribing to that channel for me and hit that old like button. And, share it with all your friends. Leave me some comments if you don't mind. Let me know what you like to see, painted. If you have an idea, as long as you keep it something like this, some landscapes. I don't do portraits or animals or anything like that. Mainly just landscapes. Sunflower field, I guess. I don't know. I might come back later and put in some bigger flowers. Maybe that's what it's missing or something. But I'm about tired now. Very tedious putting all these little flowers in. I probably won't mess around with that too much going forward. I just thought about this, doing it, painting a little sunflower field for you. So I went ahead and tried it out. But try the little sticker. Don't forget about the little sticker. If you're having a problem of making moons and suns, making a circle shape, try a little round sticker, put it up there, and then paint around it, and then hopefully it'll stay stick. Unlike mine that came off, but right. So yeah, go ahead and try that if you're having issues with it. So other than that, talk a little bit about sports. I know old Tom Brady has signed back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's only doing that because over the 23 years, whatever he played, he ain't never been hit. Okay? All it's going to take for him is to get one good lick on him, get a little concussion. I mean, 23 years, man ain't never had a concussion. He was a quarterback. Right there telling you. Alright, it took him 23 years to run 1,000 yards. I mean, really? And people think he's the best? Come on. Guy ain't even been touched. Hardly ever hit. It's just ridiculous. But that's only going to take him one good time to get hit, and he's going to call it done. Okay, so enough on that. Baseball's about to start. Can't wait for that. My old Braves to come back and defend their World Series title. Really highly upset about Freddie Freeman, our first baseman, going to the Dodgers. Is my opinion. I don't know if it's a fact, but it's just my opinion that the man never had any thoughts about re-signing with the Braves. He's from California. He said some of his family, his uncles, aunts, he said he has a grandfather in his 80s or so. They have never seen his game. Has been to a ball game to watch him play, so he went back home. So I don't think he ever really had a notion to sign with the Braves, because the Braves ain't gonna let that guy walk with that contract. They would have matched that, if not gave him more money. They're not. No one's saying that. No, Freddie ain't saying it. Braves management ain't saying it. I'm saying it. Okay. So I mean, the facts are the facts. But enough on that. So again, until my next video, Come back and see me, guys. Take care of yourselves.